Welcome everyone to the 7th round of the season. 4th Division 2, Season 14. We are here in Bahrain. My name is Phoenix1 and I'm joined by Jonathan today. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good, good. And you?
I'm good.
Alright, you can hear both of us on stream. Just had to quickly check. You can never be too sure. Yeah, we've got a bit of a smaller grid today. 12 drivers for this Bahrain Grand Prix. Some might rumor it could be because the track is not that good. But, oh well, what do you say? Yeah, as expected, weather all dry, thank you Bazooka. We got the confirmation, but I think we all expected it already. I'd be very surprised if we get some rain on this track.
I would have questioned you for the checking of the hearing us on the stream, but when I did the comments in Spain, I went the first like 6 minutes.
I do it every time I stream. Like it takes 5 seconds. It's slightly annoying for the viewing experience, but it's a lot less annoying than if the stream is just silent for 10 minutes. Or just the entire time if you don't notice at all. Yeah, first couple of cars out on track with Action Rick and the Alpine here. We'd also, quite notably, two of the title contenders, both Sully and Pinky, are not racing today, so it's a great chance for Kuko to make up a lot of points. He is currently running in 3rd place in the driver standings, but it's very close between himself, Sully and Pinky. Pinky leads on 92 points, Sully on 90, and then Kuko on 86, so he's 6 points behind Pinky. If he finishes in 7th or higher, he wouldn't take the lead because he'd be behind on countback, or he'd tie. If he finishes in 6th or higher, he will take the lead in the standings. And of course, knowing Kuko, I think it's quite likely that he will finish, well, somewhere in the front. That is where he usually is. He's picked up 3 P2s, 2 P4s, and a P6 so far this season. So we'll see where he ends up today. If he can finally take his first win for the season. But of course there is plenty of other candidates. Yeah, on a smaller grid like this, I think we can have maybe a different name at the front that we usually see. But there's still plenty of quality on this grid. I mean, think of Gabri, Phantom Fox, Pubdog, Edwin, Kuko, Sean, even a Bazooka I could imagine winning the race, if it goes well. So yeah, a lot of different... I think we're in for an exciting race here. And you never know, you cannot count on anyone here in Division 2. It's a pretty small field spread between the top and the bottom drivers. So if one of the drivers who's usually near the bottom has a really good track and a really good day, really good race, everything goes right for them, they could end up right in the top. I would not count that out at all. Currently on board with Action Rick, he's just gone through turn 10, he will be the first to finish a lap here. I'd expect the pole time to be somewhere in the 127s? What was Division 1 like again? I've not done much Bahrain. I literally did a Bahrain race on Saturday, but I completely forgot. I deleted it from my mind, because I don't like driving it. Well, I suppose we'll have to wait and see what the times are.
I still have the clip saved of the race here, and look, I'll check it.
Well, Action Rig around the final corner now. And that will be the first lap of the session completed. Bit of all-take mode to the line, maximizing the EIS that he has available, and it's a 1:31.045 for the Alpine driver. He is followed by the Ferrari of Gabi starting a lap, then we have the Sauber of Pick starting a lap, then we have the Mercedes of Mihai starting a lap, and then the Ferrari of Kuko. Finally, we found someone. But he's already used all of his EIS, so he's going to lose massive time coming down to the line here. And he puts in a 1:28.504. Behind him is Edwin starting a lap, and then we have Sean. Of course, the last 3 seasons, he was our champion. This season, he's not really in championship fight. He started off well, but he hasn't been confirming that. But here we go, Sean. 28.103. Is he back? About time, really. Pubdog coming across the line now, and he puts in a 1:29.245. Goes 3rd fastest there. Gabri is invalid in his run. And then we have the Sauber of Picks further along a lap now, unless Action Rick ahead of them is going for another one, which I don't think so. Yeah, he's running non-ERS, so we'll stay on board with Picks for what will be his first lap of the session.
Just to confirm, the pole time in Div 1 was a 1:27.3.
Okay, so yeah, 27.3. Currently at 28.1, so yeah, I would guess we'll still get in the 27s. What did Pinky do? He was the furthest towards the front of these two drivers. Of course, not here today, but still an indication.
Have a look.
He wasn't far off us, I think. He was pretty.
I think he was
quick.
5th or something.
Yeah.
He was just behind me, I'm pretty sure.
Picks across the line, bit of a mistake in the final corner there, but still, and good enough for P3 at 28.962. Mercedes of Mihai goes third fastest, 78.946, beats Picks by 16,000 per second. Edwin across the line, a new fastest time at 27.800. There we have it, the first 27 of the day.
That is actually 2,000 faster than Pinky's time in Div 1.
Okay, so a very good start to the session for Edwin there. A banker that's faster than what anyone who was in Division 2 has done in the Division 1 race. Of course, Division 2 drivers are allowed to race in Division 1. Quite a lot of them do. So we have quite a bit. It's quite nice to get an idea ahead of the Division 2 race who might be stronger at that particular track, or just what the pace would be for Division 2. And of course, for the Division 2 guys, it's just they get to have a nice race, get some practice in for the race that I would say matters to them, where they can maybe have a championship fight or just a fight for higher positions most of the time. At least I think that's how most of them see it. That Division 1, like, they would need a much larger miracle to beat the top guys in Division 1 than what they would need in Division 2. Of course,
Yes.
by design, Division 2 is supposed to be faster.
Div 1, you mean?
Yeah, Division 1 is meant to be... Did I say that wrong? Division 1 is meant to be faster, of course. Yeah. Kuku is on another lap. Yeah, he's already used his deploy again. So he's running out quite early. Well, he's back in the pits now, so he's not even gonna finish it. Well, I'm not sure if he even was on a lap to begin with. So now everyone back in the pit lane. Edwin is just driving in. Gabriel has come out already. For his... well, he abandoned his first run after he invalidated it. So this will be his first... well, hopefully his first legal lap of the session. His teammate currently in third place, he'll be hoping to join him near the front of the grid. Although it's quite a large gap between Kuku and Edwin there, 7 tenths separating Kuku from pole position. He's actually closer to Mihai than he is to Edwin. Just throwing it out there. You can do with that information what you will. Kuchu 7 is a cheater, please check. What? He's on PlayStation. How would he even cheat? I'm fairly certain that Kuchu is not a cheater.
I think if you were cheating and putting in laps like that, you need to retire.
Yeah, if
Not that-
if you're
I'm not
cheating
saying it's a bad
and you're
lap.
in Division 2 and you've not won a race, uninstall the game.
I guess not necessarily a bad lap, but if you're cheating, you're going to go quicker than that.
I mean, maybe he's just that bad. Kuku is a cheater, yes.
Who said that?
It's in chat.
Ah.
On the YouTube chat, I mean.
Yeah. I figured.
Gabriel's at 28.5 middle sector.
Well, first
That's
sector.
2 tenths off Edwin. I just want a comparison. Kuku is on the wall. On his outlap. Cook. Maybe he should download some cheats.
Gabri appears to be using ERS similarly to how you said it in Div 1 the other day.
Oh, how I told you to do it?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember how it's done. I literally drove that Bahrain race, and everything I know about Bahrain, deleted. Nothing. It's all gone. I couldn't tell you anything anymore.
Well, he's coming around the final corner. It said he was purple in the middle sector. I'm not sure if it actually was or not.
He's
But
done
he's an
better
overtake to the
than
line.
ES and Cuckoo has. And he goes third
Three.
fastest. And I tell you, those 3/10s, that's not driver skill. It might be, but it's the ES. The fact that Gabri had ES left at the end, that's so crucial. Cuckoo definitely lost 3/10s from that. Because he ran out of
Let's see how he
ES
uses
before the
ES
final
here.
corner even. So he lost, like, towards the final corner and then all the way to the line. And you lose so much time being on non-ES mode. Sean is
Yeah.
up by 1.5 tenths here. So that should get him closer to Edwin. No, he will not finish the lap, so we're not getting closer to Edwin. Slipstream for the Ferraris here. Gabri
Yeah.
helping Cuckoo a bit.
Not sure how much it'll be on that straight. It's not a very big straight, but everything helps.
Slipstream is worth quite a lot. I'm not sure if they did it well. I didn't see like
Well,
how
he's 2
long.
tenths up in the first sector, just off purple.
So definitely helped. You would think.
Will he still have the ERS though by the end of the lap to
Yeah, we'll see if he's learned.
up the
Because
grid?
he did 2 laps earlier and both of them he was out of ES.
Pretty solid
So
turn 10 that.
Maybe just intentional, but that would be quite a silly intentional strategy.
Yeah, he's using a lot down this straight. He's gonna have very little towards the end of this
Yeah, I
lap.
think he'll run out again. Unless he goes down to medium here, which I don't think he will. He will run out, like, just after
He
the
is
exit of here. Yeah.
3.5 tenths up nearly, but it's not gonna be enough if he runs out.
Now, he ran out
Yeah,
earlier
he's run
before,
out.
so he's not gonna lose compared to his old time, but he will lose
Oh,
compared
he's
to...
already.
Yeah, he ran out because about halfway to the final corner. So he's losing all the way. You can see how slowly the car's accelerating without the ES. He's still gonna gain, of course, because he did the same earlier. And he goes second place. If he just
He could easily get
uses...
pole
If
if
you
he
use your
uses it
ES,
better.
normally you're on pole. Please, I'm begging you, use your head.
Like, surely he can see that now. 3 laps in a row, he is lost out in that part of the track.
I'm not sure. You would think, but maybe he's just that focused on the track. He's fully locked in. But I mean, he's still in second place. It's not like he's doing badly. He's just throwing away.
Pix is rounding the final corner as we speak, so...
Alright, Pix
see what he
currently
says.
on Bazooka right behind him. Jumps
Goes
into
up to
fifth there.
And there is Bazooka as well, yeah.
Yeah, Bazooka currently in 12th, and he goes 5th fastest now,
Fifth.
28.479. Marcelio,
very
Phantom,
fast.
and Lanky Brown still without lap. Marcelio going out now. Phantom Fox probably still having dinner. Lanky Brown, I'm not sure.
Sean is the next one to begin a lap, I presume, unless Future decides he's gonna go again.
Yeah, I think Sean is the one to look out for now. Cuckoo's out of fuel, so... I mean, he
Well, I
might.
guess he's not going then.
Who knows? Maximum weight reduction.
He'd still run out of the ERS.
Must say, it's actually quite a nice change of pace to have such a small grid, because it means qualifying is a lot more relaxed. Normally there's always someone on a lap that I have to switch on to and just shout about.
Well, good thing we had 2 commentators then for today.
Yep. 4 minutes left to go in qualifying, so this should be Sean's final lap. I don't think he'll have enough time to get back in the pits after this.
Yeah. We'll be done with about 2.5 to go. He won't get back unless he's doing it back to back.
Yeah, I suppose he
Or
could.
like hot lap, cool off, hot lap.
Yeah, but I mean,
Tires burn here.
yeah, the tire wear is just way too intense for that to even be worth thinking about, honestly. The softs wear out quite a bit, so if you were to do 2 hot laps on the softs, you would have like 20%, I reckon, by the end of it. And that's just not gonna be possible to gain time like that. 85,000 down in the first step for Sean. Marcelio is also on the lap. He's currently into turn 4 here. Clips the curb on the inside line there. And that's a 28.837 first sector for the V-Carb driver.
That's quite a bit off the pace if I remember right. About 5 tenths off.
Yeah, it's 5 tenths off Edwin's pole time. Sean is slowing down here. So he's abandoned the
Yeah,
lap,
he's
he's
gonna
recharging the
charge
ES
up.
and he will go again next lap.
Obviously thought it wasn't good enough.
Yep, we'll stay on
Maybe
board
made a
with
mistake.
Marcello then. Phantom on a lap as well now. It's one and only lap of the session, so he needs to nail this. Marcello in the middle sector with a 107.254. Very nice apex
This lap
there
will
coming through turn
push
13.
him around knee high, if I was to guess. Based on
So he's
what
quite
I
low
remember lap times.
on ES as well here, so he's not losing quite as much as Kukus and still has at least a deployment left, but he's below 10%. So the engine, it will be tuned down a bit. And over the line, it's a 29.791. 9th place for Senio. Phantom just going to turn 10, goes a bit deep. That cost him some exit speed.
Bit of a wobble there out of the corner as well.
Yeah, that will lose him all the way down the straight. He still made the corner at least, so it could have been worse, but certainly not optimal. We'll see how far Pickett can go. It's a 106.905 middle sector. It's got a Mercedes right behind him of Mihai, who's going to start the lap. And then we have Gabri, who's going to finish the lap soon after Phantom Fox as well. Phantom Fox coming up the line here on his one and only lap in this session. And that's going to be a 128.646. Jones into 6th place. Gabri up by 2.5 tenths, might be on for a 127 here. If he can bring this over the line. And if he can gain a bit in the final sector, he might even have a chance at pole position here and overcoming Edwin.
Look at the ERS difference between him and his teammate.
Gabri over the line, not quite, 27.954. He's in the 27s, but it's not enough to beat Edwin. Sean though, also up by close to 3 tenths. And he also doesn't beat Edwin, but it's close, 29,000. He does beat Gabri to 2nd place though.
Lanky Brown is finishing a lap.
Yep,
His only lap.
He hasn't put a lap in yet, so we'll have to wait and see what his pace looks like. And that's a 128.669, 8th place for Lanky Brown.
Quite a close midfield.
The Red Bull on a V-Cup of Edwin starting a lap. Then Pig starting a lap, and then
Dog in sector
Phantom back to the pits.
Mihai in
finally.
sector 3. 1.5 tenths up.
Yeah, Mihai up by 1.5 tenths. And after that, the McLaren of Pub Dog. Mihai also very low in the years. He done 2% as he enters the final corner. And up to the line. What's it going to be for the Mercedes driver? He's back in the pit lane. Not even going to finish the lap.
Wow.
We'll go on board with Pub Dog then. Currently down in 9th place, about a second off pole position. And in the middle sector, he is down by 46 thousandths. Action Mick behind him, up by 8 tenths of a second. Then the Haas of Bazooka on the lap as well. Purple, but down by 1.5. So the first sector must have been quite bad for him. Go back to Pub Dog, see if he can maybe still beat Lanky Brown or Pix or even Phantom with a good final sector. Yes, he can! 6th place for Pub Dog, a massive final sector. Gains him back a good amount of time.
Future 1.5 tenths down, but he has much more ERS this time.
Yes, he's actually managed it.
Slight toe off his teammate.
Although he's used all of it here, and now he's back out of ERS. I mean, that's still better than it was before, but he's still gonna go none mode all the way to the line. We'll see if it gains some time. Over the line, it's a 1:27.885, 3rd place for Kuku. And Edwin puts in new fastest time, 27.768. Phantom Fox still going around, he's up by 6 tenths. Phantom Fox going again here.
Wow.
And with a massive improvement, that would bring him into the 127s. He might join the front-running pack. Gabri, Kuko, Sean, and Edwin. We'll see as he approaches the line. Reserving for Sully today, keeping Williams in the costless fight, and he jumps into 5th place. Not quite enough for the front-runners, but a very respectable time. A 28.074, and that's qualifying done. Surprised Phantom went again. Didn't think we'd have enough ES for that, but...
Yeah, I mean, he's done well, but that's scrubbed set, isn't it? Because it would have been a second lap.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did a slow lap in between, but nonetheless, the grid, Edwin on pole, followed by Sean, then the two Ferraris in the second row. Phantom in 5th place, Bazooka in 6th, Papdog in 7th, Pix in 8th, Lanky Brown in 9th, and Mihai rounding out top 10, then Marcelio in 11th, and Action Rick in 12th place. 12 car grid for today, we didn't get anyone joining mid-qualifying sadly. Well, that means a good chance of points for every single driver. And of course, some of these guys are... I think everyone who's racing today has scored at least 1 point. But still, they are quite starved for points, the likes of Action Rick, Mihai, and Marcelio.
I think what we really need to focus on is the fact that I would have gotten pole with my Div 1 time.
Well, it's not Division 1 though, is it?
No, but still, 8 thousandths I would have beaten me Edwin by. You also would have gotten pole, but that's expected.
Cheers, mate. Didn't I get pole in Division 1?
Yes.
Cheers. Yeah, Marcelio has 1 point, Action Rick has 2, Pix has 9, Mihai has 11. So we're about to see the guys at the bottom of the standings pick up some good points. Because there can only be 2 drivers today who go scoreless. Everybody else will get some points for this race. Since even if you DNF, you still get the point if you finish inside the top 10. Well, I suppose if you DNF inside the top 10. Which is just a different way of saying if you did not finish inside the top 10. But you know what I mean. You can tell that there's not much to talk about. I am talking in circles. We'll probably see some one-stop strategies, I think. The two-stop is actually... The game actually won't let you put in a one-stop, but it's significantly faster to just go long on the tires.
And certain drivers that race in Div 1, like Phantom, would have seen that the hard way.
Yeah, they went for a two-stop, it didn't work, so now they can try again and learn from it. The 5 lights are on, and it's lights out, and away we go here in Bahrain. Edwin on the front row, getting away decently well, I think. Sean on the inside, actually under attack from Kuko. For second place there, Kuko has jumped Sean to turn 1, goes for the move, and takes the lead of the race. Or does he? Edwin with a better exit comes back at him. Edwin does lead out of turn 2, followed by Kuko and then Sean. Gabi dropping back a bit behind Phantom Fox then, battling with Papdog also down into turn 4. Got Gabi on the inside line, you would think he has the advantage, and yes he does, he's ahead of the McLaren once again. But all calm, no incidents on the opening sector of the race, very nice to see that.
Yeah, very well behaved in the opening stages. That was a mega send from Kucho.
Yeah, it almost worked, but the exit was just terrible. So I guess that's the payoff for that send, that he just didn't make the corner. Had to get the car turned around when Edwin was already accelerating, and Edwin just left him for dead. But Kuko still, he did jump into second place off that start. So I would say that's a success for him, and he can just wait for the DRS now, which will of course be enabled at the end of lap 1 already, I think. And that will give him a good chance to have a go at Edwin in the next couple laps. Can of course enable the tire graphic. Marcelio on the soft, Bazooka on the hard. Apart from that, every single car is on the mediums right now. You would think Marcelio is locked into a two-stop with that. The soft hard is technically possible, but even on esports level it's a big stretch. And I would think the tire management is a bit worse here in Division 2 than it is on esports level. You would hope that the likes of Jano Opmeo are better at tire management than controller drivers in Division 2.
He's not exactly using them very well. He's trying to be 8 right now.
Well, he's made a couple of places up, I think. He's now making a move on Mihai. Up to 7th place.
Yeah. I can't remember where he started, to be honest, but...
Mihai is fighting back at him though. Marcelio has to go around the outside, there's 3 S's, and there's contact. Mihai spun around.
He's stated, but he has lost out.
Yeah, he's dropping down to last, but he's still in the pack. So the race is not over for Mihai at all. Yeah, we can have a look at the...
Like, we know Pinky made it quite far
Marcelio's
with
up
the
4
soft.
places, and Bazooka's down 4. So yeah, Marcelio started in 11th place, and he's now up to 7th. That's actually a very, very good start for him.
Yeah. using the softs better than I thought. And
Yeah,
in
he
the
is
one,
actually
he
putting some
got
pressure
to
on
the pit window
the
of the
top 6.
mediums, but he went for the 2-stop, so it didn't actually matter.
Yeah. I think when looking at a race, like sort of a race of 2 halves here, the top 6 and the bottom 6, Marcelio is able to keep up right now, top 6, but of course he's on a soft tire, and you can see Lanky Brown is quite some way behind. So I feel like
Yeah.
the field might split into 2 halves a bit here later on once Marcelio's soft drop off. And
Kucha
Marcelio
might
can use this
try
quite
go
well.
for
If he can
lead.
just hang with the top guys, drop the cars behind out of the DRS and just extend that gap as much as he possibly can, that'd be really, really nice for him. Yeah, he's got Lanky Brown out of DRS now, and that can be crucial.
Yeah,
he
if
makes
he
a
can
move
just
on
stay with that
Rick.
top 6, that's him pretty much set in stone for at least a top 7, barring any mistakes in safety cars.
Yeah, if
The
he can just
DRS
sit in the
is too
DRS,
powerful.
that would be absolutely perfect for him. And of course he can then pick up any places if there is mistakes ahead. Marcelio is usually does a lot better in the race than he does in qualifying. I would say he's a very consistent, staying out of trouble type of driver, who usually makes his way up the field throughout the race, like qualifies towards the back and then just kind of pops up in the points at some point, you never really know how. And once again, he is running in 7th after starting, near the back of the grid. And that would be very good points for him if he does bring that home. Van der Fox has lost DRS to top 3. 1.2 seconds back from Sean. And I'm sure Gabriel's going to see that and think, well, I don't really want to lose contact with the top 3. Might have to try and go for a move here, but Gabriel himself, not much ERS left. Papdog though, he has a good amount of ERS that he could play around with to try and catch back up to the leaders. So Gabriel is in a position to overtake Van der Fox down to turn 1.
He's
Looks like he has to go for it.
So is Phantom.
And Kuko takes the lead from Edwin. A simple DRS move for the Ferrari driver. Gabriel has a little look up the inside, but simply not quite committed enough. And that is Van der Fox defending 4th place for at least another lap, I think. So now Papdog tries to go around here instead of Gabriel down to turn 4. Can he pull that one off? Yeah, oh, it's so close. But I think now, yeah, there's still step aside into the S section. Papdog has a slight advantage, slightly ahead there, and now he does go around the outside. A beautiful move by Papdog and a beautiful battle. Papdog defending the middle of the track.
Between Marcelio and Gabri there.
Papdog making sure he stays ahead there as he is defending the middle of the track into turn 9. Has cost him a bit of time though, he is just about hung on to the DRS of Van der Fox. Just about. And that was crucial that he kept that DRS to make sure that Gabriel doesn't have a chance to come back at him immediately.
Gabriel's been punished for not going for the move on Phantom.
Yeah, he was like... Well, he either should have properly gone for it or just not at all, but he was like halfway in the gap. Had to back out of it and that cost him the exit speed that allowed Papdog to just, force his way around his outside. And now, Gabriel's under big pressure as well from Marcelio. Those soft tires doing Marcelio really a world of good right now.
In fact, I'm back in DRS range.
Is he?
He's just about got it, I think.
Yeah, he got it, okay. Just about. I think Edwin
He
is
may
setting
lose
up
the
for
time
another
next
lead
lap,
swap here. Yep, simply driving past the DRS, not much Kuko can do about that. Has to settle for 2nd place for the moment. Phantom now didn't get DRS for the 2nd straight. And a big slide by the Williams driver. Marcelio and Gabri battling out of turn 2 there, and Marcelio has come out behind the Ferrari driver. And Papdog now all over the back of that Williams. Williams and McLaren, 2 historic British teams, fighting over the 4th position, the first chasing position of the top 3. Van der Fox, of course, reserving for Williams today. He is stepping in for Sully. So Sully will be hoping that Van der Fox can bring home good points. They are in a fight for the Constructors' Championship with Ferrari. Kuko and Gabri currently 2nd and 6th. Would be outscoring Van der Fox by quite a bit. But of course they are...
It's not ideal for Williams.
Yeah, I mean...
2v1 here.
Yeah, especially given that, like, Williams don't have any of their... Well, they only have one main driver anyway. They only have Sully. Since Jim was banned. For...
Why did he get banned?
Well, it's a bit of a
I didn't
silly
see
thing. Murph and Jim was a fake account, second account. Action Rick has gone round in the gravel coming out of turn 13. When he's returned in track, I think no damage to the car, just time loss. That was a Murph and Jim. Yes, he was a, well, the account exists. He's a second account of Foltz, who got banned previously. So once we found out, he was banned again.
Ah.
So that means Williams is now once again with only one main driver, with Sully alone in that seat. And a massive battle in the midfield here. Mihai, Lanky Brown, Pix and Bazooka. Four-way fight into turn 4. Beautiful stuff to see. And it looks like Mihai has come out ahead against Lanky Brown, and now Bazooka tries to go around the outside and make contact!
Oh, contact.
And that's the Lanky Brown round. And a nightmare race for Alpine so far.
The only team not scoring points is the stand. That are
Well,
racing,
there's the
of course,
teams who aren't competing at all.
I did say that are racing.
Yeah. Shit. My gotcha moment was ruined. Bazooka has lost out on DRS to Mihai here. Makes him a bit vulnerable to picks, but he's burning some oil to make sure he stays well clear of the Sauber driver. Pupdog, meanwhile, he's now 2.2 seconds behind the leaders, so that gap is opening up. Once the DRS is broken, they simply keep gaining on the straight compared to the train behind. So it's quite tough to get back into the DRS range. If anything, you tend to just lose more and more time. This train would have to work together quite well to try and get back into that DRS range. But of course, a safety car, a well-executed undercut, or an overcut, who knows, could always bring you back into the DRS range. Marcelio and Gabi once again fighting the turn 2, and this time Marcelio has come out ahead. Out-tracked the Ferrari around the outside, out of turn 2. And is now up in the 6th place. Those soft tires are
struggling.
Oh, and Pupdog
When Pupdog with a mistake. Can he get through? They're gonna be side by side. Around the outside, he's gonna make it stick.
An absolutely beautiful move. Oh, but he's lost it. Well, he had it for a moment, and now Gabi sticks a nose in there as well. Oh, surely not. Not into turn 10. Someone has to back out here. Oh, they're doing it. Marcelli on the inside line, and he has beaten Gabi to the exit of the corner. Neither driver backing out, but thankfully they both they came out okay. Some beautiful racing there between Pupdog, Marcelio and Gabri. So even with the small grid, we have very high quality, I think, of racecraft on show today. Also have a battle going on between Mihai, Bazooka and Pix. Bazooka seems to be running in non-ERS mode. Switching between none and hot lap or none and overtake. I'm not sure what the ES strategy here is. But he's got quite a bit, like he's on 100%, so there's no reason really to be running none. And now with the DRS he has a chance to re-overtake Mihai for 8th position. And the same ahead, Marcelio and Gabri battling into turn 1, Marcelio coming out ahead there. As both Pix and Bazooka try and get past Mihai. Bazooka's already ahead.
DRS.
And Pix, oh, close between the two of them there, almost made contact. Mihai has the inside line against the Sauber. Pix tries to move all the way around the outside to make a bit of contact once again. And Pix still alongside in the DS section. And now they make contact again. Mihai almost spun around, he did save the car, and Pix is finally ahead in the end. Now, back to the battle of 4th here. Pupdog all over Phantom Fox. Gabri. Yes, he has lost the DRS to Pupdog. So that DRS train finally separated. Bazooka on those hard tires. He's playing the long game. You would think he has a chance to try to come back towards the train ahead later on when he's on the mediums. Yellow flags, and Pix is out!
Pix is out.
Pix is in the barriers, and that's a full course safety car. As he is spun out on the exit of turn 11, and that means...
This is good news for everyone bar Bazooka.
Yes, they can all come in for hard score to the end from here. It's a bit early, I think around lap 12 would be the normal pit stop window, but this is this is no-brainer, you pit for hard here. Bazooka
easily
is
make
a bit
it.
screwed. He's now forced into a 2-stop.
Or
Effectively.
he can just pitch twice under safety car and lose what would only be 3 positions.
Why not go back to the old hearts?
Yeah.
I honestly think a 2-stop was better. At least he has the hope of another safety car that could bring him towards the front. So yeah, every single driver will now be on the hards. Action rig in as well. Bazooka, the only one on the fresh mediums. Yeah, no one went for any crazy strategies. I would say this hurt Marcelio as well quite a bit. He's actually come out behind Bazooka somehow. Must have had a wing change or something. Yeah, Marcelio, he was in the lead train. Oh well, not in the lead train, but in the train with Gabri, Praptok and Phantom. The second train. And was just
Did he
extending his
repair
gap.
his wing?
Yeah, I guess he repaired his wing, and that's why he came out behind Bazooka. I'm not sure how he lost the... It was like 4 seconds ahead. So that's the only explanation I can think of why he would be behind after the pit stop.
He had a 1.8 pit stop, but he was double stack.
Oh yeah, he double stacked behind Edwin. Yeah, if you double stack your pit, you get a 1.8 pit stop, that's why.
He's the only driver that had to double stack.
I suppose action rig, but I don't think that matters.
There's a big gap between them.
Yeah. What about Gabri? Surely he had an outside as well.
2.2.
How can you see how fast the pit stop was?
Go race director and then pit stops.
Wow, today I learned. Oh yeah, they all have 2.251. Apart from Gabri, he fucked up the entry.
Or 2.5 even, yeah.
Yeah, he must have messed up the timing. No, like if you get purple, it's a 2.254 or 51 apparently. And if you have a double stack, you get a 1.8 pit stop. But I mean, you still lose so much time. That is. And I guess Gabri had a green timing instead of a purple one. I think you can get purple, green, or red. And if you get red, your pit stop is like 3 seconds.
Sauber moment.
No, I mean Sauber it's more like 50 seconds really. That's just painful.
Bazooka is committing to what will be surely a 2-stop.
I mean, he can try and go on to the end of those mediums, and I'm sure he is thinking about that. And if it's possible, I think it would be faster. I just think you would run a very high risk of getting a puncture because you normally do a 12 lap stint, roughly, on the mediums, then go to the hards, and you finish that stint on like 60% already. So you go another 7 laps. I mean, do the math. If you get like around 60% in 12 laps, and you do 7 laps more,
they will be dead.
Yeah, you will be at like 95. So you are playing with fire at that point, and I think you will lose about 3 seconds a lap even if you don't get a puncture, or even more like that. So yeah, I guess the game plan for Bazooka from here is a medium soft or medium to the end. He has to hope for a well-timed safety car. Otherwise, he can maybe scrape a couple of points. But yeah, he's not gonna. I don't think he'll be able to pull a big enough gap to make a 2-stop work here in terms of fighting for the top 5 or anything like that. But of course, we've already had 1 safety car, so what's to say we can't have another one?
Yeah, they often say safety cars make safety cars.
That is true, because of course the safety car bunches to filled up, everyone is back together and has to race each other, and of course when you are battling, there is more of a chance of crashing. So, Kuko will conduct the restart, followed by Edwin, Sean and Phantom. Papdog 5th, Gabri 6th, Bazooka 7th, Marcelio 8th, Mihai 9th, Lanky Brown in 10th and Action Rig in 11th and last. Kuku approaching the final corner, safety car is... Oh! Phantom is off!
Oh.
Phantom is in the barrier! And he's lost his wing! Oh my god, Phantom Fox. That is some... And he's gonna have to go for 2 more stops now because he will do the same strategy as Bazooka.
Oh my god.
That is some proper nightmare restart
That is
for
definitely
Phantom
not
Fox.
being clipped.
And here comes Kuko. On the restart, he's done rather well there. Edwin has no chance of trying to attack into turn 1. And immediately battles up as he winglet flying from someone. I think it was Marcelios. His front right end plate is gone as he's battling Bazooka.
Contact there.
The 3 wide with Mihai now. Lanky Brown
4
trying to get
wide
involved as
now.
well. Oh my god. And Bazooka on the inside line, you would think comes on ahead. And he's now side by side with Lanky Brown into the
Yeah,
second.
Marcelio definitely does have damage.
And he backs out in the end. And now Mihai looking to get back at the Haas driver. Maybe around the outside into turn 9. Not quite. Bazooka in 7th place in the end. And yeah, damage for Marcelio on the front right, and for Phantom, well, just full stop, everything is gone, I feel like. I mean, he's doing rather
he lost
well
both end plates.
to still keep up. Yeah, that doesn't actually look as bad as I thought it was. He's just missing the front right end plate.
The right end plate.
I thought he lost his entire wing, or lost like all the winglets, but no, it's actually not that bad. That explains why he's still able to keep pace somewhat. But you can see the understeer, yeah, he goes, well, Marcelio going off track, but still. You can see the understeer on Phantom Fox POV as well. But at the front,
Yeah.
Edwin, as he goes a bit wide, that's maybe
Very
a warning
wide,
for him.
yeah. Sean's gonna be right over this. Sean very low in ERS, has to be said.
Looking for a move on Edwin, Edwin looking for a move on Kujo, but they all stay put in the end. As Pupdog slips through on Gabri, as Gabri goes a bit wide in turn 1 there. That's Pupdog up into 4th place. Taking the position
And he's
away from
also
the
got
Ferrari
the ERS
driver.
off Gabri as well.
Yeah, that worked out very well for Pupdog. Bazooka trying to find a way around the Alpine of Lanky Brown. Of course, him being on the mediums, he's gonna try and get through this field quickly to at least use the pace of his tire advantage before he has to make another pit stop and probably drop down to the last place in this race. But yeah, I do think Bazooka against Lanky Brown is the closest battle we have on track right now. He's practically pushing him through turn 10. And I think he has now gotten the exit, and he's on the inside line down towards turn 11. And he actually clears him on the straight still. Lanky Brown doesn't try and hang around the outside or anything like that, so Bazooka up into 6th place, and he gets to chase after Gabri for 5th place. Gabri himself right behind Pupdog. Sean dropping a bit further back from the leaders, Kuko and Edwin, but he's still well within the ERS range, so nothing to worry about there. Probably just recharging some ERS, making sure he's ready for the attacks later on. Pupdog covering the middle of the track there. Edwin going up the inside of Kuko into turn 1, outbreaks a Ferrari and takes the lead of the race back for V-Cup. Gabi ahead of Pupdog now. Bazooka still hanging on to 6th there as Lanky Brown and Mihai battling out of turn 1, and it's Mihai who comes on ahead with a beautiful run through turn 2. Clears the Alpine and he's up to 7th once again. And now staring at the back of that Haas of Bazooka. Marcelio and Phantom Fox both with damage, battling over 9th place here. They're in a bit of a war of their own. Well, you could... I think they're missing opposite end plates. Yeah, Marcelio's missing the front right, and Phantom's missing the front left, I think.
No, Phantom's missing the front right.
Ah, okay, they're both missing the front right, so they're both in the same scenario. Would have been quite fun if they had opposite end plates missing. So in one corner, like one is faster, and then the other way, the other one is faster. You know?
Yeah.
And now, as I said, Sean is a lot closer once again. So yeah, he was just recharging the ERS. Now he's back to being all over the back of that Ferrari. And I think we are in for a three-way fight between Edwin, Kuko and Sean all the way to the line. It looks like they are very closely matched on pace. Likes of Gabri, Pupdog and Bazooka not too far behind, so they are in position should anything happen to these guys. Who takes the lead. Sean thinks about a move, sends it under the brakes, but he does not get that car stopped properly. Edwin pushing Kuko through turn 2. But in the end, all cars are fine, no damage, no spins, no nothing. And Kuku hangs on to the lead from Edwin, Sean still in third. Bazooka has caught up to the McLaren of Pubdog. As Pastelio goes very deep to turn 4 and Vandenbox with a beautiful switchback. Well, I think Marcelio, Vandenbox and Bazooka are all hoping for another safety car. At this point, we're close enough to the end, they can also just pit for mediums and go to the end. 15 laps should be doable. It'll be tough, but doable. So, yeah, any point from now a safety car would be very helpful to those guys.
It's nice that, I don't want to jinx it, but it's nice that no one has a penalty yet. Everything at the moment being decided on track.
There'll be a penalty within the next, like, 3 corners at this point, after you said that.
I know, but I decided to get it in while I could.
I don't think we've ever had that before, a race without any time penalties, honestly.
It's not a very punishing track on limits. There's a few corners where you can go wide, but it's relatively okay. As
and with the move
goes back
on
into the lead on DRS.
I would say it's very hard.
Well.
Like it gets difficult when you start to push like to the absolute limit of track limits, like going halfway over the curbs everywhere. Like trying to maximize every millimeter of the track.
Yeah.
Oh, Bazooka's round!
Not Bazooka's round.
With a spin out of turn 4, I think on his own accord. I don't think anyone touched him. And he rejoins in 10th place behind the 2 damaged cars of Mustang and Phantom. That's a nice little train for 4th place here between Pubdog, Gabriel, Mihai and Lanky Baron. So much for the field splitting into 2, like I said earlier, it's just not happened at all. Still very closely matched together. I mean, the only one who was really way off the max action rate was about 7 seconds off Bazooka. And then the likes of Phantom Marcelio damage. But apart from that, the entire top 7 is somewhat close together.
Yeah, the top 7 separated by 4.8 seconds.
Yeah, and 2.5 seconds of those is just the gap from Pubdog to Sean.
Yep.
Kuku now in a position to overtake Edwin. He is all over the back of him. And he does reclaim first place in this race. Another DRS flyby. We've seen a couple more of those.
And Gabri on Pubdog further back.
Yeah, similar DRS flyby. And Mihai.
Mihai pushing Gabri.
Pubdog and Mihai still in the battle there. Down towards turn 4. And Mihai might even try and have a go at Gabri as he's boxing Pubdog in behind him. But Pubdog still is able to come out ahead of the Mercedes driver.
And Lanky Brown's not far behind either. He'll be able to pick up any scraps that might happen.
Yeah, nice 4-way fight as Lanky Brown, well...
He's gone wide.
You've jinxed him. I think that has dropped him out of the AS. He goes very deep in turn 9 as well. Oh, he's burning some overtake. I think he's holding on to the yeah, he has.
He's kept it.
Just about. Yeah, Mihai and Lanky Brown, not drivers you usually see like up there with the likes of Gabriel and Pubdog. But it's very nice to see.
This could be back-to-back top 6s for Mihai if he can hold on.
Yeah, good point. He finished 5th in Silverstone, of course. It's a very good race for him. And he does seem to be running quite well as well right now. Pace-wise, he's P6 on merit. He hasn't gotten lucky to get here. He is actually just seems to take a step up in pace recently.
It's the back of Gabri. I don't think there's any damage done.
I think Pubdog's gonna re-overtake Gabri as Simia perhaps ahead. Edwin with a flyby on Kuku. Pubdog with a flyby on Gabri. Is Mihai gonna try and get involved? He's sorely not around the outside. No, Mihai, not happening.
They really could pick better cameras for some of these in the game.
Mihai now trying to go around the outside into turn 4, but never is that gonna work out. Still stuck behind. Mihai just seems to kind of stick his nose into every gap and then like pull it back out. As he realizes, oh, and he's gone to the back of Gabri.
Ooh.
And he has lost the position Blanky Bone. Has he picked up damage from that? No.
It looks okay.
He's gotten very lucky there, that you only lose the position and not lose his front wing.
Yeah, like, he's still bright in this train.
12 laps to go now. We're approaching the end of the race. And still, the situation's the same. The top three, especially Edwin and Kuku, separated by absolutely nothing. And that battle will go down to the line, I think.
I think what Sean needs to do is to try get some ERS up and go for a later charge.
It is worth
going to keep
mentioning.
swapping positions.
Sean is not like entirely out of the title fight, I think. Especially with likes of Pinky and Sully not here today. Sean is on 51 points. That is 41 points behind Pinky. If he were to win this race, that would bring him a lot closer back into the title fight. The same goes for Gabri on 46 points. He is 46 points behind Pinky.
Gabri down the inside into turn 4.
Yeah, but Gabri currently not in a position to win this race. He is battling for 4th for Paddock. And it does not seem like the second train has the same pace as the first one.
They're not losing too much time, to be fair. It's just a few tenths each lap. It's adding up.
Yeah, I think they just lost the DRS early on, and since then they've never gotten back into it, you know?
Yeah.
And now they're just slowly losing more and more time. Like, they're not miles off, but they're slightly slower than the top 3. I mean, you can see that Sean is also following a bit further behind than Edwin is. So I think it's a similar situation there, that Sean is just a little bit slower, but he's hung on to DRS. He's done the important bit, and then you can just kind of chill.
Yeah, further back, Bazooka got back past Phantom. Obviously, he's still struggling with wing damage. And he's got a penalty, the first of this race.
Yeah, Phantom Fox with multiple warnings. That wing damage making it, of course, a bit harder to stay inside track limits, much easier to just understeer the track. Edwin reclaiming a P1 on a DRS rail, and so the same goes Gabri. He reclaims 4th place from Paddock. Bazooka into the pit lane.
Bazooka pits. He could have stayed out a lap or 2 more and go softs, but this is probably mediums.
Lanky Brown with a move on Paddock here as he goes up in the 5th, and Mihai might get involved as well. No. Lanky Brown even having a look at Gabri, and that has cost him
3 wide
against Paddock and Mihai slipping through as well, maybe. They're battling into the section. And yes, Mihai back up in the 6th. Yeah. Old order restored from before when Mihai went, well, still almost restored. Gabri has gotten Paddock, but Mihai is back behind those two. Bazooka has come out in 11th, of course, 10 seconds behind Action Rick, with 10 laps to go. He can probably still salvage a point, especially with Marcelio and Phantom having damage. He might, I mean, he's 20 seconds behind them. So that would be a stretch, I think, even with the damage.
Yeah.
But I think 8th at an absolute stretch is what he can get in this race, the spin.
He should get 10th, at least.
Yeah, he should be able to get Action Rick, 10 seconds in 10 laps with a tyre advantage. Of definitely over a second lap, that's doable. But in 20 seconds to Marcelio and Phantom Fox, I don't think that's happening.
Sean's closer this time round, he's burning some ERS.
Kuku reclaims the lead, and Sean, yep, he also is going to go past Edwin, and maybe Kuku as well. No, Sean and Edwin side by side through the first corner.
Bit of wheel banging.
And a penalty for Edwin.
Penalty.
Ooh, a 3-second time penalty, but I will say...
That will be looked at later, I'd say.
Yeah, I wasn't on board, and I think got an illegal overtake as well there, because he had to let him by. And I don't think he would do that if he didn't have to.
Pushing him.
I will say they were side by side when that penalty came in.
Yeah, I think that'd be something.
I wasn't on board, so I can't judge if there was enough space given for him to stay on track, but if there wasn't, that warning will be removed.
Yeah.
I mean, it is worth mentioning, if Edwin gets another warning, that won't matter. Because he would still be on 3.
Yes.
Yeah, he's currently on 3 warnings. So yeah, if he does get 1 warning removed, that would bring him back below the 3 warning limit and get him that penalty removed.
Unless that warning happens to also be removable.
Yeah, I suppose, but then he would need 2 warnings removed, yeah, like you say.
Sean a lot lower on ERS than Edwin in future.
Yeah, I think it's fairly noticeable that Sean has not got quite the same pace here. So he has to try and outsmart these guys. He's able to stay in DRS, he's
not
got...
really gaining at the moment with the DRS.
Yeah, Sean has got easily enough pace to stay in DRS, but then... I don't think he has enough pace to try and really defend that from anyone if he is ahead.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he plays this. Ideally he's going to want to be in second place, but of course that will leave him vulnerable to Edwin if he has to slow down too much for that.
Yeah, I could have a look at Gabri here.
Ah, he's being calm.
Behind.
Bazooka with the fastest lap. Of course he has a big tyre advantage over everyone else. And we can check what the next fastest lap is. A 31.630 from Kuko.
Yeah, that's a bit of difference.
He has got quite a bit of ERS recharge at 90% now. The gap from leaders has grown to 5.5 seconds. They are simply just building that gap more and more. And have a nice safety net at this point to secure their podiums.
It's 90% down to ERS, I'd say. And then a little bit down to pure pace.
Sean a lot lower on ERS than both Edwin and Kuko. But is everyone in a position to benefit from that? I think he's a bit too far back here. Although he's got a lot of overspeed here. Sean already derating. Whoa! Almost made contact there. So now 3 wide into turn 1. Edwin squeezing Sean under braking. But that's worked out in the end. Edwin back into P1. Sean, he goes off!
Ooh.
Sean was in second place, but he's lost the car on the exit of turn 2. And has allowed Kuko back through. And that could be him out of the DRS. It's close. He has to push a lot this lap now to stay inside the 1 second barrier. Can Sean hang on to the DRS? Yeah, he's burning all tank, he's using everything he has. And this will be a crucial lap on ace. Kuko has made a mistake now. And now Edwin is actually... Now Edwin is actually able to drive away. Edwin has gotten everyone out of the DRS range here. Sean and Kuko both with mistakes.
Turn 1 completely changed this top 3.
Yeah, now even with the penalty, Edwin has a chance. If he can get the 3 second gap, that will mean he will of course keep the race win, despite the fact that he has a 3 second time penalty, and he wouldn't have to go to the stewards. I'm sure he'd prefer that, than having to hope that the stewards remove his penalty. But, of course, it is far from impossible that Kuko and Sean can just get back into DRS range. They can work together a bit here. Slingshot past each other, and it does seem like Kuko is gaining a bit on Edwin. He's not back in DRS yet, but he has gained about 2 tenths, and now Sean...
But if Sean can slingshot through, they could get it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do that. Sean is gonna slingshot past Kuko.
Is it gonna be enough though?
Not yet.
No.
And Sean, with a terrible turn 1 there. I think Kuko's gonna have to go right back through. Oh, is he?
Gabri side by side through turn 2. Mihai's just behind as well.
Gabri coming back at Pub Dog into turn 4. And here comes Mihai as well. Does he go for the under brakes? Yes, he does, and he just rear-ends Gabri. And he's gonna give the positions back.
He lets them both through.
Alright, with that, I think that's the issue sorted.
Won't be penalised for that.
He probably would have been penalised if he hadn't let them back through. I think that saved him from a penalty.
Well, yeah, but because he did.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean is now losing time to Edwin. So Kuko definitely has better pace here.
Yeah. Still.
For Edwin, this is absolutely brilliant. He needs to hope that Sean and Kuko battle as much as possible. Of course, Sean and Kuko are essentially battling between themselves over a race win. Oh, penalty for Pub Dog, a 3 second time penalty. But they have to keep in mind, if they drop all 3 seconds to Edwin, that will be Edwin picking up the race win. Now Sean going to the inside line. Is he letting Cuckoo through or is he defending? Either way, Cuckoo's passed. And with Pop Dog's penalty, it makes it a lot easier for Gabri, Mihai and Lanky Brown to pick up a couple more points. As that will drop him behind all of them.
In just 5 laps, Bazooka is on the back of Action Rick.
Yeah, I just noticed it. He's right behind him now. And he will set himself up for an overtake into 9th place. 10th place, sorry.
Pop Dog ahead of Gabri, but yeah, he's not going to...
The gap to Marcelio now 12 seconds in 5 laps.
Big ass, even with the damage.
I mean, Phantom does have a penalty, so maybe he can get within 3 seconds of Phantom. Needs to gain 9 seconds there, which is just under 2 seconds a lap.
Big ass.
Yeah, and the mediums are not at their best anymore, even after 5 laps. Of course, the hards at 15
Cujo
laps.
has gained this lap. He has gained on Edwin.
Yeah, he's also almost dropped Sean out of the air, so Cuckoo is really putting the hammer down now.
Edwin does have more ERS.
Yeah, Cuckoo is really putting the hammer down and just making sure that he is ahead of Sean, because he has noticed if he lets Sean go ahead, they lose time to Edwin. And of course, Cuckoo, if he wins this race, that would be a massive swing in the title fight. He would go from 6 points behind to 19 points ahead of Pinky.
That's huge.
But now he loses a bit down the straight here, as he's below 10% ERS. And Sean might even come back at him. Yes, there we go, Sean up the inside, and late on the brakes. Reclaims 2nd place.
Quite deep into turn 2, but he's still able to make it stick. And Kucha's gonna have DRS and get right back past.
Yeah, but that one overtake in turn 1, look at how much this cost him.
Yeah.
1.6 now, I think Sean just has to stay behind. He doesn't have the same pace whatsoever. Pop Dog with a move on Gabri. It was a bit deep
there's
though.
No reason why he should stay behind, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, I suppose he could be trying to make sure Cuckoo stays out of the ERS. That
wants that race
I said he would have to outsmart them, and that could be his way of doing that. Just make sure Cuckoo stays well within 3 seconds, but also outside of the ERS to Edwin, so that he can outplay Cuckoo in the DRS games.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier.
It's very close now.
It's a lot easier to play the DRS games when the car you're battling has not got DRS from someone else. And I spin from Action Rick out of turn 4, but he's cutting going again.
Edwin's gonna have to burn a bit here to make sure Kujo does not get DRS.
Yeah, I'm sure Edwin wants to stay ahead as well. And they're both running overtake all the way.
Close.
I think Edwin has just about gotten him.
Outside. They both burned everything they had there. Does that allow Sean to try to get back ahead?
Look, Sean is on medium, by the way, and he's getting like this. And he absolutely flies past the Ferrari. Back up to 2nd place for the Sauber driver. Gabi flies past Pop Dog. Cuckoo is not going to come back at Sean.
Yeah, he stays behind this lap. That could be costly for both of them. I think it's better for both of them if Kujo's ahead throughout the lap.
I don't think so. I think Sean has got this figured out. If he just makes sure that Cuckoo doesn't get back into the switch to Edwin, but they stay within 3 seconds, that can be his ticket to the race win.
Yes, but at the same time, Edwin is clearly faster than Sean, and he's been gapping him a little bit throughout this lap. Like, he needs to make sure it stays under 3.
Yeah, but I mean, if he goes close to 3, he can just let Cuckoo back ahead and Cuckoo catch up.
Yeah.
Because clearly, Cuckoo is clearly faster than Edwin. Every single time he's ahead of Sean, they gain. And every single time Sean is ahead of Cuckoo, they lose. So it seems fairly obvious what the pace is like. Cuckoo is the fastest, then Edwin, then Sean. And nonetheless, Sean can have as good a chance as Cuckoo to win this race. Edwin needs to rely on getting the penalty removed because he's not going to get a 3-second gap. Because even right now, Sean is not that much slower. He might even have gained on this lap because I think Edwin just has no ERS.
It's pretty close. Sean's one wide.
That is very wide. Surely that's a warning.
He's gained with that, I think. So obviously he wasn't on 3 warnings.
Not in position to make the move into turn 1, but maybe with a good run out of turn 2 he can make it into turn 4. Pop Dog flying back past Gabri. Bazooka is now 8 seconds behind. I don't think he'll be catching Marcelio or Van der Box, so looking at 1 point Bazooka, 2 points Bazooka with the fastest lap, sorry.
Not too bad considering he was done by the strategy of the safety car.
Yeah, he's come back from that, I mean, as much as he can. I think there wasn't much
made a
more he could
mistake
have
out
done in
of
this
turn
race.
9, and it's Cucho going ahead through turn 10. But Sean manages to outbrake him.
And Edwin is seeing this and absolutely loving it, because of course, the more these guys battle, the more you can extend that gap.
Yeah, up to 2.1, just 2 laps after this.
How do Sean and Cuckoo play this? Do they
Because they
focus
both
solely
know-
on beating each other, or do they try and stay within the 3 seconds of Edwin?
Yeah, like they know they have to stay within the 3 seconds. But if they keep just letting each other pass, someone's gonna lose out. They're gonna eventually have to try fight each other properly for this position.
Yeah, I think Edwin's hope is the last lap. That they battle like hell
Yeah.
for the race win, get caught
Yeah,
up in
and
it.
it's costing them the race win.
Yeah, and he can pick
Here
up the
comes
race for himself.
Cucho.
Of course,
Easy
in
DRS
saying all of
pass.
this, Edwin's penalty was while he was side by side with all of these guys.
Yes.
And
it could
Sean
be
forgets to
removable.
shift down, Cook, and he's lost a lot of time. We can check Edwin's warning again. He's still on 3 warnings, he hasn't gotten a 4th one.
That's good for him.
So he can get that removed. If he were to only remove that warning. 2.3 seconds and 1.5 laps to go.
Yeah, this is the penultimate lap of this race, and we still have no idea who's gonna come first, second, or third.
Yeah, it could be any of these 3.
And even then, after that, no one knows who's gonna come fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh.
Yeah, Gabri, Mihai, and Lanky Brown still locked in the battle there. Pop Dog, well, we know Pop Dog's gonna be 7th with the penalty. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah.
He's not gonna gain 3 seconds out of nowhere now. Cuckoo is recharging all of his EAS. Look at that,
Up to
92%.
90.
Yeah.
That's very smart. But
Yeah,
he's still
he's
in 3
making
seconds,
sure that
has
he
all
can
the ERS.
simply stay ahead of Sean and not even go into a battle into the corners.
Yeah, Sean down to 30. Okay, just on 90.
Yes, very intelligent from Cuckoo there to make sure he
It's a
has.
tall ask from Sean to get past with this.
Yeah, I don't think
Even
he'll
with
gain.
the DRS.
Yeah, he will be below 10% and the DRS will not
And
offset.
you can see they're going off racing line to defend now.
Yeah,
Sean with
Cuckoo is
nothing.
safe into turn 1. He has another chance to turn forward. I don't think he'll be close enough. Especially not if he forgets to downshift again. And that is
Yeah,
Sean
5/10's not enough.
into 3rd. There's no way. And that also means, I mean, Edwin would have very much needed these guys to fight. Now it's close between Edwin and Sean for P3. If we go to gap leader, 2.5 seconds. Could Sean hang on to 2nd place? Lanky Brown and Mihai fighting over 6th. And Lanky Brown has come out ahead.
And this
But
will
he
be
does have,
fifth
he has lost out to
after
DRS.
Pens.
Quick
This is
back
the
to the
battle
leaders
for
because
fifth.
Sean has another chance to have a go at Cuckoo. The ES is a lot more leveled out now. And of course, Cuckoo used a lot more of his deployment early in the lap. And we saw Cuckoo in qualifying so often run out of deployment before the line. Imagine he makes the
Yes.
same mistake.
So they're gonna have. There's
Sean has
only
one more
chance
chance.
now. He's gonna need a great exit here. This is for the win. Before
Yeah,
penalties.
yeah,
anyway.
Sean can have a go. He's gonna burn all the way down to the final corner. Does Sean have one more chance?
Has the DRS, has Slipstream, has
No, he's not gonna go
not
for
much
it.
DRS. Yeah, he's going to stay
He's not
behind.
gonna go for it, and
He's gonna
that
settle
means
first.
Cuckoo finally has won a race in Division 2 this season, and he claims the leader championship as well in the process. Cuckoo is your race winner in Bahrain. Sean 2nd, Edwin 3rd. Gabri comes home in 4th place, ahead of Pub Dog, who will drop behind Lanky Brown, picking up 10 points for Alpine. Mihai in 6th, and then Pub Dog in 7th. Mihai with 2 great races in a row now, 5th and 6th. Van der Box coming home in 8th, but he will lose out to Marcelio on penalties. He will finish in 9th place. Bazooka 4 seconds back from them in the end with the extra pit stop. Didn't quite work out for him. He comes home on 10th. And Action Rick, well, sadly the only driver in this race to finish the race without scoring points. Oh, Kuko almost got banned from our chat, or his message got held back. He said "fuck the haters," and apparently that got caught by YouTube censorship thingies. Lanky Brown is your driver of the day according to the game, and I think he's a worthy candidate. A great result for him, 5th place. I think he'll be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
But in general, a lot of good battles all the way down the field. That was a very enjoyable race, even though we only had a 12-car grid. And Kuko finally has picked up his first win. And an outside shot of the title, I would say, for Sean now. He's gained a lot of points compared to Sully and Pinky. Of course, he still lost to Kuko. But overall, I think still a good race for him in terms of his title ambitions. Edwin bringing home a 3rd place. It could be a 1st place if he gets that penalty removed. Do not count this out. I mean, the race is officially over, and still, I am not sure who won. It could be Kuko or it could be Edwin. But yeah, that was another race here in Division 2, the Bahrain Grand Prix. And I hope you enjoyed as much as we have. I think I can speak for both of us. A very enjoyable race once again. Yeah. And a huge race for the title fight. I mean, a big swing in favor of Kuko. Sean back within an outside shot, reducing his gap. Well, he was 35 behind Sean. It's now 40. He's actually, well, but he was 41 behind. Now it's 42. But he's a lot closer to P2 and P3 than he was beforehand. So overall, I would say Sean is still about 42 points behind with 5 rounds to go. Certainly an outside shot, but a shot for Sean to still defend his title here in Division 2. But yeah, I think we are in for an awesome end to the season now. Kuko, Pinky and Sully with an outside shot for Sean. Next week, we're back with the Canadian Grand Prix. Of course, on Sunday as well in Division 1. As always, 7:30 PM UK time for both. And yeah, hope to see you for that race. And have a good evening, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. Any final words from you, Jonathan?
No, you've summed that up pretty well. It was an enjoyable race, at least. Considering the low numbers, they made it worthwhile.
Alright, well, thank you for joining me today. It was very nice to have someone here. Always better to commentate with 2 people than with 1. And yeah, I'll be ending the stream now. Have a good evening, and see you next week.